You probably hate sweating, but it actually keeps you thin, healthy, and even protected from germs. On a hot summer day, most people feel frustrated by their own sweat. Your underarms are soaked through your shirt. Your hair sticks to your forehead like glue. You look in the mirror and think something is wrong with you. You wonder why your body produces so much sweat. You feel embarrassed in public because of the wet patches. You avoid raising your arms in meetings or on dates. You carry extra napkins in your bag just in case. You change your shirt twice before noon sometimes. The truth is, sweating more than others is not a flaw. It is actually a sign your body works really well. People who sweat a lot tend to have faster metabolism. A faster metabolism means your body burns calories quicker. That means your body is less likely to store extra fat. So if you sweat a lot, you might actually stay leaner. Your body is doing its job of regulating temperature efficiently. When your internal thermostat works well, you cool down fast. That cooling process requires energy and burns calories too. Think of sweating as your body running a tiny engine. That engine is always working to keep you balanced inside. People with good metabolic rates recover faster after meals. They process sugar and fat more efficiently than others do. Their bodies do not hold on to excess weight as easily. So next time you see sweat dripping, do not curse it. Instead, thank your body for working so hard for you. Your sweat is proof that your system is fully active. It shows your circulatory system is pumping blood properly. It shows your nervous system is responding to heat correctly. It shows your skin is functioning as it was designed to. Many athletes actually train to become better sweaters. They know that efficient sweating means better performance. Runners who sweat early in a race cool down faster. That gives them an edge over competitors who overheat. Cyclists depend on sweat to keep going in the summer heat. Swimmers even sweat underwater, though they cannot feel it. The human body has between 2 and 4 million sweat glands. Most of those glands are on your forehead, palms, and feet. Each gland is like a tiny sprinkler built into your skin. When your core temperature rises, those sprinklers turn on. The moisture on your skin evaporates and cools you down. This process is called evaporative cooling, and it is brilliant. No machine invented by humans does this as well as skin. Your body figured this out millions of years before air conditioning. That is something worth appreciating on a brutal summer day. Now here is another benefit most people do not know about. Sweating during physical activity actually reduces stress levels. When you exercise and sweat, your body releases chemicals. Those chemicals lower the amount of stress hormones in your blood. Cortisol is one of the main stress hormones in your body. High cortisol levels make you anxious, tired, and irritable. They also cause you to gain weight around your midsection. Sweating through exercise helps bring cortisol levels down naturally. You do not need medication to manage mild everyday stress. A simple 30-minute jog can change your entire mood. A brisk walk around your neighborhood can calm your nerves. Even dancing alone in your room can make you feel better. The sweat on your skin is evidence that relief is happening. Your brain starts releasing endorphins during physical activity. Endorphins are natural mood boosters produced by your own body. They create a feeling of happiness and even mild euphoria. That feeling people call a runner's high is very real. It happens because your brain rewards you for moving your body. Sweat is part of that entire rewarding biological process. So the next time you finish a workout drenched in sweat, remember this. Your body just gave you a free therapy session through movement. You lowered your stress hormones and raised your happiness chemicals. You burned calories and improved your cardiovascular health simultaneously. All of that happened just because you decided to move and sweat. Here is something else that might surprise you about sweat. Your sweat actually works like a natural moisturizing cream for skin. The moisture from sweat helps keep your skin hydrated and soft. It contains natural antimicrobial peptides that fight bacteria. Those peptides act like tiny soldiers protecting your skin barrier. They help prevent infections from entering through small cuts. They keep harmful microorganisms from colonizing your skin's surface. Your sweat also helps maintain the slightly acidic pH of skin. That acidic environment is hostile to many dangerous bacteria. Viruses also have a harder time surviving on well-hydrated skin. So sweating is literally your first line of immune defense on skin. People who never sweat are actually more prone to skin infections. Their skin becomes dry, cracked, and vulnerable to outside threats. Dry skin lets bacteria slip through the cracks more easily. Moisturized skin from natural sweat creates a stronger barrier overall. This does not mean you should skip showering after sweating hard. Hygiene is still important to wash away dirt and dead cells. But the act of sweating itself is protective and beneficial. Your skin was designed to work best when it sweats regularly. Now let us talk about something many people experience daily. Sweaty palms are incredibly common, especially during stressful moments. You might get sweaty hands before a job interview starts. Your palms might drip before you give a big presentation. You might notice wet hands when you meet someone new. This happens because your body is reacting to perceived danger. Your sympathetic nervous system activates during stressful situations. It triggers what scientists call the fight or flight response. This response prepares your body to either face danger or run. Part of that preparation includes sweating on your palms and feet. Historically, this helped our ancestors grip tools and weapons better. Wet hands actually grip surfaces slightly better than dry ones. It also helped them run barefoot on uneven terrain without slipping. So if you get sweaty palms easily, it means something important. Your body has a very sensitive danger detection system inside it. You are wired to pick up on threats faster than most people. That heightened awareness kept your ancestors alive for thousands of years. It is an evolutionary advantage, not a weakness or a flaw. Your nervous system is finely tuned to respond to your environment. People with sweaty palms often have excellent situational awareness too. They notice small changes in their surroundings before others do. They pick up on subtle social cues and body language quickly. Their brains are constantly scanning for potential problems around them. That is a survival skill that many people wish they had naturally. So do not feel embarrassed about your sweaty handshake at all. It means your brain is sharp, alert, and always ready to respond. Here is another fascinating detail about palm and sole sweating. It is not triggered by heat like the rest of your body's sweat. It is triggered entirely by your emotional and psychological state. Your hands can sweat in a freezing cold room during a test. Your feet can sweat while sitting still watching a scary movie. This type of sweating has nothing to do with temperature regulation. It is purely a nervous system response to mental stimulation or fear. That is why some people sweat through their palms while gaming too. Their brains are so engaged that their nervous system activates fully. It is the same response whether the danger is real or imagined. Your body cannot always tell the difference between the two situations. It reacts the same way to a bear in the woods or a hard exam. That automatic response is what kept humans surviving for so long now. Now let us talk about the actual quality of your sweat itself. Not all sweat is created equal, and yours tells a health story. If your sweat is thin, clear, and watery, that is actually a great sign. It means your sweat glands are working efficiently and cleanly overall. Healthy sweat contains mostly water with a tiny bit of salt mixed in. It evaporates quickly and does its cooling job very effectively too. This kind of sweat usually does not smell much or cause irritation. It means your body is well hydrated and your glands are functioning perfectly. On the other hand, thick, sticky, or cloudy sweat tells a different story. This kind of sweat often contains excess minerals your body is losing. It can be a sign that you are not getting enough essential nutrients daily. It might also indicate that you are under significant chronic stress levels. When your body is stressed, it changes the composition of your sweat chemically. Stress sweat comes from different glands than regular temperature sweat does. These are called apocrine glands, and they are mostly in your armpits. Apocrine sweat is thicker and contains more proteins and fatty acids in it. Bacteria on your skin love to feed on these proteins and fatty acids eagerly. That bacterial feeding process is actually what creates body odor smells. So the sticky, uncomfortable sweat you hate is a signal from your body. It is telling you something needs to change in your lifestyle or diet plan. If your sweat often feels sticky or thick, consider checking your mineral intake. Magnesium, potassium, and sodium are essential minerals your body needs daily. You can get these from simple natural food sources quite easily and cheaply. Seaweed is an excellent source of minerals and trace elements for health. Kelp and other sea vegetables have been used for centuries in many cultures. They provide iodine, magnesium, calcium, and dozens of other vital nutrients naturally. Beans and legumes are another fantastic source of essential minerals for your body. Lentils, chickpeas, and black beans are packed with potassium and magnesium inside. They are cheap, easy to prepare, and available in almost every grocery store nearby. Spinach is another mineral-rich food that supports healthy sweat gland function well. Just 1 cup of cooked spinach provides a huge amount of daily magnesium needs. Bananas are famous for their potassium content and are a quick, easy snack option. Nuts like almonds and cashews are loaded with magnesium and healthy fats as well. Adding these foods to your daily meals can improve your sweat quality over time. You will notice your sweat becomes clearer, thinner, and less sticky gradually with changes. Your body odor may also decrease because healthier sweat feeds fewer bacteria on skin. Beyond diet, there are other ways to improve the quality of your sweat too. Getting enough sleep is absolutely critical for healthy body function, including sweating. When you sleep, your body repairs itself and rebalances its chemical systems inside. Chronic sleep deprivation raises cortisol levels, which leads to more stress sweat production. It also weakens your immune system, making you more vulnerable to illness and infections. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep every single night if possible. Create a dark, cool, quiet environment in your bedroom for the best sleep quality. Avoid screens for at least 30 minutes before you plan to fall asleep tonight. Regular physical exercise also dramatically improves the quality of your sweat over time. The more consistently you exercise, the more efficient your sweat glands become at cooling. Trained athletes actually start sweating sooner during exercise than untrained people do normally. This is because their bodies have learned to cool down proactively and efficiently now. Their sweat is also more dilute, meaning it contains less salt and fewer minerals lost. This is a sign of a well-adapted and highly efficient cooling system in the body. So regular exercise does not just make you fitter, it makes your sweat healthier too. Here is a fact that surprises almost everyone when they hear it for the first time. Sweat itself is actually almost completely odorless when it first leaves your body. That is right, the liquid coming out of your pores has virtually no smell at all. Most people believe sweat stinks, but that is actually a common misconception entirely. The smell people associate with sweat comes from bacteria living on your skin's surface. When sweat reaches your skin's surface, those bacteria begin to break it down immediately. The bacteria consume the proteins and fatty acids found in your sweat eagerly. As they digest these compounds, they produce waste products as a byproduct naturally. Those bacterial waste products are what actually create the unpleasant body odor smell. So it is not your sweat that smells bad, it is the bacteria on your skin eating it. This is why freshly produced sweat does not smell, but old dried sweat does strongly. The longer sweat sits on your skin, the more time bacteria have to feast on it. That is why taking a shower soon after sweating prevents most body odor from developing. Using antibacterial soap targets the bacteria directly rather than just washing sweat away. Deodorants work by either killing bacteria or masking the smell they produce on skin. Antiperspirants work differently by actually blocking your sweat glands temporarily with aluminum. Understanding this distinction can help you choose the right product for your specific needs. If you smell bad after sweating, the solution is targeting bacteria, not stopping sweat itself. Your sweat is doing important work, and you do not want to shut it down completely ever. Here is a fun animal fact that puts human sweating in perspective for everyone. Dogs cannot sweat through most of their body the way humans can so easily. Humans have sweat glands distributed across nearly every inch of their skin's surface. Dogs, however, only have functional sweat glands on the pads of their paws specifically. That is an incredibly small surface area compared to their entire body size overall. So how do dogs manage to cool themselves down in hot weather conditions then? They pant with their mouths open, breathing rapidly in and out continuously for cooling. That heavy breathing you see dogs doing on hot days is their cooling system working. Air passes over the moist surfaces inside their mouths and tongues quickly during panting. The moisture evaporates and carries heat away from their bodies through their breath effectively. It is essentially the same principle as sweating, but using their respiratory system instead. This is why dogs are much more vulnerable to overheating than humans are in general. They simply do not have the same efficient full-body cooling system that we humans possess. A human can run a marathon in the desert heat and survive by sweating profusely throughout. A dog attempting the same feat would likely collapse from heat stroke much sooner, unfortunately. This is actually one of the reasons humans became such successful endurance hunters historically. Our ancestors could chase prey animals for hours under the hot sun relentlessly and persistently. The animals would eventually overheat and collapse while the human hunters kept sweating and going. This hunting strategy is called persistence hunting, and it relies entirely on our superior cooling ability. Sweating literally helped humans survive and thrive as a species on this planet for millennia. That is a pretty impressive resume for something most people find annoying and embarrassing today. Here is one more surprising fact about sweating that involves the youngest among us all. Babies actually sweat very little compared to older children and adults around them normally. You might have noticed that infants rarely seem sweaty even on very warm summer days. This is because their sweat glands are not fully developed or functional at birth yet. A newborn baby has all the sweat glands they will ever have already present on their skin. However, those glands are immature and do not respond to heat efficiently in early life stages. The part of the nervous system that controls sweating is still developing in babies after birth. It takes several months for a baby's thermoregulation system to mature and work properly overall. This is one of the reasons why babies are so vulnerable to overheating in hot environments. They cannot cool themselves down through sweating the way older children and adults can easily. Parents need to be extra careful about keeping babies cool during hot weather conditions always. Light, breathable clothing and shade are essential for protecting infants from heat-related problems. Never leave a baby in a parked car even for a minute because temperatures rise dangerously fast inside. A baby's inability to sweat effectively makes them especially vulnerable to heat stroke and dehydration quickly. As babies grow, their sweat glands gradually become more active and responsive to temperature changes. By the time a child is about 2 to 3 years old, their sweating system works much better. But it does not fully mature until puberty, when hormonal changes activate all the sweat glands completely. That is why teenagers often notice a sudden increase in sweating and body odor during adolescence too. It is a normal part of growing up and a sign that their bodies are developing as expected naturally. So the next time sweat rolls down your face on a sweltering summer afternoon, remember all of this. Your sweat is keeping you cool, burning calories, reducing stress, protecting your skin, and fighting bacteria. It is a sign of good metabolism, strong immunity, and an alert, responsive nervous system inside you. People who sweat easily are often healthier, more resilient, and better adapted to physical challenges overall. Sweating is one of the most underappreciated functions of the human body, without any doubt at all. Instead of feeling embarrassed about it, you should feel grateful that your body works this well for you. Every single drop of sweat represents your body fighting to keep you alive, healthy, and balanced inside. That is not something to be ashamed of, it is something truly remarkable and worth celebrating every single day.